Say hi to the folks, Dante. Say hi to the folks.
Hi, folks.
Whoa, easy there, Jackson. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let them know we're sharing the live feed here.
This happens every time you give me a microphone. You still give me my microphone.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so for those of you that just tuned in, we are going ahead and sharing our live feed. Give me the split screen there, Graham. All right, so this is our pre-roll. And I would appreciate if you would go ahead and share our live feed for us and let the world know about all the cool things that we got going on here at Jeff Tech. And we're going to start our show here in just a moment. Enthusiasm. It's contagious. Yeah, that's what we like to see. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. He's getting the weather. The weather. Here, let me give you the weather. It's cold. It's gray. It's gonna rain. And it's gonna rain. Then it's gonna snow. Then it's gonna snow. Then it's gonna rain. Then we're gonna get ice. And then we're gonna rinse, wash, and repeat. Excellent. Okay, let's go ahead and cue the show up, guys. We are streaming live now. Okay, you guys ready to go? DJ John, kick in that music. Let's bring me up the full screen NDI source. Graham in the booth. Now, wait a minute. What? Oh, wait a minute. That was the happy stuff that Maddie wanted, right? That's right. We're doing the happy thing today. Go ahead. Play it. Go ahead. 5, 4, 3, 2, cue it. Oh, you missed it. Do it again. Let's go. This is an experiment, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. This is a learning lab. We do as we learn. Okay, John, you got the music going, son. Hit it. Excellent. We like it. And cue this stinger made by Kylan Gardner. Yes. And here we go. Welcome to Digital Media Arts at Jeff Tech, where you can be you. This is the Digital Edge. And pause it. And front cam, cue it, go. There we go. Nailed it, nailed it, nailed it. Let's put our hand together for VMix operator extraordinaire, Graham Guthrie, and Lauren Wingard, associate producers today. Awesome. I dig that enthusiasm, by the way. I am so impressed. Let's real quick go ahead and go around the horn here. Give me the audience cam so we can see our studio audience today. Our PM crew. Excellent. Lauren, you want to pan around here so we can see the stage? Oh, no, there she is. There she is. There's Kylan. Say hey, Kylan.
Hi.
There you go. All right, so here's what we got going on today. My name is Mr. Otero, as you may or may not know, out there in our global viewing audience, wherever you may be. They could be anywhere in the world, could they not? It is incredible. This new media is just phenomenal. And we are here in our new digital VMix studio. We're so excited about the possibilities here. So here, let's just real quick show you the different things that we got going on. Here is our front camera angle, our main scene. Let's go ahead and show how this works. We'll zoom in on our crew up here on the stage. Go ahead, Graham. There we go. Digital zooms. Pretty cool. We've got over here a B cam. Give me the alternate angle here. Check that out. Pretty darn cool. What's that? There we go. And we got digital zooms in here for somebody sitting over here on the desk front, right? We can go ahead and pull that in. There we go. Look at that. Pretty cool. There's another angle. We got to fix the lighting on that camera, but it's getting there. Pretty neat stuff. All right. And then our overhead cam up here, which we already showed. That's our audience camera. And then we now have added our DJ cam. John, get in front of your camera there, son. Okay. And there is John running the Ableton Live software, which is bringing the music that you are listening to into the show, license free, of course. And today's topic of the show is what, kids? No, it's not plagiarism. It is audio production. We are in part 3 of our unit. Zoom on out. We're in part 3 of our unit on audio production, and we are exploring the specific medium called
podcast.
Excellent. And the students have already completed several tasks associated with researching this relatively new medium. When I was your age, kids, there was this thing called radio. We didn't have no fancy podcast. What are you groaning about? Do you have something to say about my old man imitation?
You could just talk.
Huh?
You could just talk to an old man.
Oh, wait a minute. We had a joke here. You got a drum? You got a drum roll? That was actually pretty good. Say that again, Jackson. Go ahead. I can take it. I'm because as you just pointed out, I'm old. So go ahead. Hold on. Here was the joke. I'm going to set that up again. Dante, do you have something smart to say about my old man imitation? And Jackson says,
You could just talk and it would be an old man imitation. Because you're 50.
And then you might not have heard me, but I said he said
grab
it.
the mic.
And you might not have heard me, but I said he said it, not me.
See the abuse that I endure. For the love of my students, I let them pick on me. I am dramatic.
Love.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the learning. All fun aside, because you know what? While digital media is fun, there is some work involved with this too. So we're going to get serious here for a minute. Give me the split screen. Let's get back to the learning. We're going to readdress our lesson and revisit what we did last week. Let's pull up, Jaden, let's grab this and go back to our lesson plan. That video will save for a minute. There we go. Let's go ahead and revisit the tasks that we addressed in the program of study task list. Going up. Last week, what did the students do? Students demonstrated the ability to use industry equipment to record onto digital medias. 1906 from our program of study, students will show the ability to edit recorded material on different medias. 1708, students will analyze the effects of media on society. How did we accomplish 1708? Kyle, or you're not part of that. You're a senior. How did the students accomplish 1708 analyzing the effects of media on society? DJ John?
Why are you coming to me?
How did they do it? What activity did we have them do? Do you remember? What'd you guys do?
Essay.
Did an essay where you explored the background of this medium called podcasting, the history of audio production, the advent of audio production and up into the digital age, and how the podcasting medium has affected our society. Great job on your essays, by the way. That was our first task. Mission accomplished. John, we're going to leave the music off for a while, okay? Then, students then demonstrated the ability to use industry equipment to record audio onto digital medias. And Jackson, where's your mic? How did you guys accomplish that task? Demonstrating the ability to use industry equipment to record audio onto digital medias.
We made our scratch tracks.
You want to put the mic up to your mouth?
We made our scratch tracks.
Okay. So you created what? What was the product you created?
Commercials?
You made a radio commercial for the Digital Media Arts program, mixing audio, beds, sound effects, and the scratch voiceover tracks that you were talking about. Very good. We're going to demonstrate a couple of those here for you in just a second. Then, and again, excellent work by everybody. You guys nailed it. Good job. The students will then show the ability to edit recorded material on different media. So once you recorded the material on different medias, you edited the material on different medias. Yes? Yeah? Okay, here's what we're going to do. Pull up the audience cam for me. Jackson. And when you guys listen, when you guys talk, you got to eat the mic, as they say. Put the mic up to your mouth, okay? Speak with authority, right? And put it out there. Okay, Jackson, what software did you elect to use, Dante? What software did you elect to use to edit and meet this task, to edit your voiceover and your audio tracks? Go ahead.
I used Premiere Pro.
Excellent. Good choice. Let's get that microphone. Troy, you're in the process of editing right now. We're going to pass the mic through here. Tell us what software you elected to use to edit your audio.
Premiere Pro.
Excellent. Good choice. And Natalia?
Premiere Pro.
Premiere Pro. Now, let me ask you guys, why were you using that to edit audio?
Because we
we did our video commercials with the same thing. We knew how to use it.
Excellent. Previous learning scaffolded on top of the next. We utilized the audio mixing capabilities of Premiere Pro to do a video television commercial. Kids knew how to do that. Some of them chose to use that, but that we gave them the option to expand their knowledge on their own if they wanted to. You want to pass the mic down the line here? Keaton, what software are you using to edit up?
Premiere.
Excellent. Good choice. Rich?
I used Premiere.
Very good. And Maddie? You're still working on your... Oh, that's right. You'd missed a little bit, and you're still working on your script and getting the recording done. So we'll get you going on that. Did anybody that you've seen, anybody elect to use Reaper? Not yet. That is what you're going to use in the audio booth. We also gave you the opportunity to learn and play with Audacity. Now, John, let's go to our NDI sources here. If you take a look in our Dropbox, kids, we're going to go up to our Dropbox. In here, I went ahead and I put 2 program files. This is an AVS audio editor software package, which you can install and play around with it, multi-track software editing. And then we also have in here Audacity as well. So you can install Audacity on your machines if you want to and get familiar with utilizing that platform too. I have that in the project bin for you on our server. Now, let's take a look at the next task. This is what we're going to be addressing starting today, where the students are moving forward with the next project after they've created these 2 productions. So they did the digital media arts 1-minute commercial, and we'll share a couple of those with you here. Their first objective here was a 1-minute radio commercial for the digital media arts class. The next objective is what we're working on right now, the diesel mechanics program, 30-second radio commercial for the diesel mechanics program here at Jeff Tech. Now, from here forward, you're doing research on building your dream podcast studio. This involves skills such as researching, cataloging, reporting, giving a presentation, justifying the rationale for the choices you're making to spend your budget on building the dream podcast studio. What is your given budget, Jackson? $1,000. You got it, exactly. So we're going to say to the students, you got $1,000. Your job is to demonstrate, this is our skill that we're practicing, demonstrating effective presentation skills through the exploration and utilization of various business formats, technologies, and environments. Let's make sure that everybody is clear on what that task is. First off, what is the objective we're shooting for? Presentation objective number 1. The student will research building a home podcasting studio based upon a given budget of $1,000. This research will be reported on in a professionally drafted Microsoft Word document, including all necessary equipment, links to shopping carts, items in shopping carts that you've shopped for, product prices, pictures, descriptions, and the rationale for the purchase decisions. Once you complete that Word document, you translate that document into a professional level quality PowerPoint presentation. Give me that split screen. Now, what is that going to include? We talked about digital audio workstations in previous sessions. We're not going to review that now. All of that information is up on our YouTube playlists in the previous lessons. You can go back and you can review. What are the components of a digital audio workstation? Mixer, microphone, remember all that? Digital interface. Go back and we're going to review that. But there's more to building a quality podcast studio than just that hardware. What other components are involved in podcasting?
Microphones.
We talked about that. That would be hardware. What else?
Soundproofing.
Excellent. What about the room treatment, right? Let's go up to our overhead cam. And you can see our room treatment up here. Pull up the overhead cam. There you go. You can see the foam on the wall. This is the acoustic foam that we have installed around here to help. What does the acoustic foam do? Is it soundproofing or is it a treatment for the sound? Remember, we talked about this? What are these ridges doing? Anybody remember, John?
Wouldn't it be a treatment for the sound?
Absolutely. What is that doing? Remember sound, when we talked about in the last lesson, we talked about the properties of sound waves and how they propagate through the air. When they hit a hard, flat surface, what do? They bounce back. Exactly. There you get that reflection. You can get ring. You can get reverb effects, unwanted artifacts. So these ridges capture those sound waves and break them up and keep them from bouncing around. So when we show you our high-tech new podcast booth, you're going to see those in there as well. Helps to what we call deaden the room. Give you that nice, fat, clean audio that you want to get when you're doing radio. You got something to add there, John?
It also makes the room pretty.
It does. Aesthetically, it's important. You know, you want to get, especially when you're doing radio, you're dealing with the theater of the mind, you know. You don't have the visuals that you have in video to be able to rely on. So, you know, you want to set that ambiance and that vibe in your station. So, I've got a couple really cool videos that I want to share with you, and these are up on our YouTube channel in the playlist for this lesson. You guys go ahead and watch these on your own time. I'm going to preview them up. Okay, let's go. First off is, what is a podcast? This kid has a nice 4-minute video describing the podcasting. You can go ahead and hit play.
You know,
let that
videos
play
are
a little
great,
bit and just
but
mute.
My first love
Pull the
is
video
audio.
down. And get viewers on your podcast, okay? Next video up, and you can do split screen here, Graham. Next video, this is great. We're asking you to do research on what? How to build a podcast studio. So check out this guy. That's what my hair looks like in the morning when I get up. No comments from you? No? It's true. It's true.
It's believable.
It is believable, and trust me. Okay, so this dude, nice-looking podcast, right? We just talked about the aesthetics. That's a nice-looking set that he's got there, right? Now, he's actually going over some of the basics that you're going to need to know and understand as far as the types of microphones, the shock mounts that you're going to need, windscreens, different processing gear. I don't believe that he gets too much into the aesthetics of the room or the video component, however. Do we have to have video for podcasting? No, we don't, right? It adds to the excitement of the show and the personality in the show, and more and more and more. That's basically what radio has become, is emerging between the television talk show format and the old-style radio format. But plenty of podcasts still do not have a video component. They're radio only. So I would encourage you to watch this video, good tips on shopping for your podcasting equipment. Okay, next video that I loaded up for you. This one goes much, much deeper. As you can see, this is professional level. These cats building a professional level radio podcast station in a commercial space. As you can see, very similar to what we have here in our digital media arts program. So if you want to know what did it take me to build this program over 10 years and transform this room into what you see now, watch this video. They're going to detail it for you. I can guarantee you, however, what they're going to show you in this video is not going to be achievable for a paltry $1,000. You're going to have to spend a lot more than that to do it high end. But the bottom line is, digital gear is getting so fast and so inexpensive these days, you guys can do amazing, amazing things. All of you out there can do incredible things on the fraction of the dollars that it used to cost when I started in this field 20-something years ago. Crazy. All right, next video up that we have in our playlist for you. This is very valuable as well. I'm going to kill that ad, please. Just skip ad. All right. This is how to start a podcast. Again, another fantastic tutorial, equipment and software that you're going to need, and then how to look for an audience and promote your podcast. Next video up. All right, now here we have some sample podcasts that some of my students pulled up. just to show you the aesthetics and how podcasts are constructed. There's different formats. This one, of course, 2 people on a camera, just basically having a conversation. Go on to the next one. Next one that we have here, one of the students. This was a Godzilla thing. Was this yours?
Yeah, it was mine.
Well, then, Dante, why don't you go ahead and pull the mic up and tell us a few seconds here. What are we looking at, and what do you like about this podcast format? Go ahead.
Well, I actually found this a few days ago. I've never really watched it. I just seen it pop up a few times here and there. But basically, what it's about is it goes into what the original Godzilla movie was. Because what people like to think about Godzilla is they just see guys in rubber suits, bad voice acting, so on and so forth. But the original movie was this dark allegory of the traumatic fear of nuclear destruction. It was directed in '54, about half a decade after Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
We got to interrupt you.
Yeah.
There was an announcement. Brockway students are dismissed. Anybody Brockway? Nope. Okay, cool. And actually, in the interest of time, I just looked at the clock. I think we can go ahead, and we were talking about doing a show on this in the future. We can do that, but we got to go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah, I was just about to wrap it up.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and do so because we're really running out of time, and I got some coverage that we need to cover. So we'll get back to this another time. Next one is a movie review format podcast. You want to bring up that split screen? So this gives you an idea of a different type of a format for a podcast that you can research, take a look, and many of you guys have your favorite podcasters that you want to go ahead and pull up and research and review. Now, I'll show you our school podcast as a reference point. Now, when we're talking, by the way, what we do here, just so you know, we utilize these YouTube videos and these as resources for our students, and we place these lessons in our YouTube channel. So you can find us on YouTube. Look up Digital Media Arts at Jeff Tech, and then if you go to our playlists, if you're interested in learning more about what we're doing here, you can actually go through and watch these videos, and then you can watch the entire lesson. When we're done here, we post this full lesson video on that playlist as well. And if you're interested, you want to get in touch with me, you can hit me up at, what is our website, Dante?
Isn't it Jeff Tech
Nope.
Online? Isn't it?
Our DMA website.
Isn't it DMA Studio Online?
.com. You got it. Or .net will get you there. You can contact me, and we can even work with you long distance. If you're an adult student or a high school student interested in more about all of this, we'd love to work with you virtually. So our playlists are there for you in previous channels. Jaden, let me grab this real quick. I'm going to just show you very quickly our format for our Jeff Tech podcast, and you can leave that in there. There you go. That'll be fine. I'll play this just a second for you. So what we're shooting for with you guys, you're going to research your podcast, right? Your dream podcast. You're going to create your PowerPoint. Underclassmen are going to do that and get that far, justifying how you're going to spend that $1,000. Give me that split screen, Graham. Then upperclassmen are going to sit here at the announcer's desk and do like the dude with the big hair did, and you're going to walk through and you're going to give your presentation on how you should be spending that $1,000. You're going to pretend and act as if I'm your manager, the class is your board, and you're going to sit up here and you're going to say, I did research, this is how I think we should spend that $1,000. This is the microphone, this is why, these are the specifications, these are the reasons why I chose that microphone. This is the digital audio interface, these are the reasons why I chose that digital audio face. Here is the best deal that I found on the internet, and be able to show us the shopping links to that product with the price point that you have identified. Makes sense? You guys understand what you're doing with all of that? Awesome. We should be doing that by this time next week. Now, once you get that done, we're going to begin the process. You guys had started organizing your thoughts on podcasting with this chart, a KWL chart, what I know about podcasting and what I want to know about podcasting. And then as we're going through the process, what did I learn about podcasting through this process? we have a bunch of organizational charts and organizational forms that you can utilize to organize your thoughts as well. We only got 2 minutes in the show, so I'm going to wrap this up. Real quick, play our podcast. This is what you're shooting for, a 3-channel podcast of the topic at your choice. We should be there in a couple weeks.
And now it's time for the Jeff Tech Runestone, our regular podcast featuring news, people, events, and happenings at Jeff Tech, the school of choice. For more, visit us online at jefftech.info. And now, our next episode.
Nice transition music. You hear that? And then we get into the show.
You may be in our global listening
Okay, got it? Go ahead and pause that. Now, as we're taking the show out, John, come with me, and Richie, come with me. Come on up here. I want you to grab the camera. We're going to show you our podcasting studio as we're going out of the show. Grab the laptop, because we only got 1 minute, kids. Quick. And grab that. And Graham, bring up the, yeah, there you go. Okay, grab the camera. And you're going to take a look at the screen here as your point of reference, John. Look at what you're pointing at. And we're going to take you behind the scenes. Come on in here. See, this is what I'm saying. Look at what you're shooting. You're shooting this door. Look at where the camera is pointing. Okay? Got it? Right, but you were shooting down here in the glass. Okay? You pointed at me. Come around this way. Okay. Watch in there. Okay, there you go. Now you got it. You got to look at that as your point of reference. Okay, so here we have the kids running the vMix audio booth, or the vMix mixing station, and monitoring our live feed. Now, this is a really cool podcast station. Come on in real quick. And here we have Austin working on co-op. You can see the podcast station here. Here we have audio production using Reaper, multi-track recording, and 3 broadcast level microphones that the students, and MIDI production as well, and all in a nicely treated audio room. Pretty cool stuff. So we're going to go ahead and knock the show feed off right now. Kids, thank you. Great job. I appreciate it. The bell rang. We're going to go ahead and kill this for the day, and we will be back on Monday taking a look at different kinds of microphones, styles of microphones, and choosing the right microphone for the job. For the Digital Media Arts program at Jeff Tech, I am Sam Otero. John, thank you. Hey, Rich, thank you. All right, have a great day, y'all. Kill that stream, Lauren.